boys and lost girls. Welcome to the Second Star Channel, the only channel on YouTube that combines the wonders of Disney with artistic styles of jazz music. This month, I want to try something a bit different with all of you. I want to theme every month around a certain idea. This November is going to be Pixar month. This past week was the 15th anniversary of Pixar's fourth film, Monsters, Inc. In honor of such a momentous occasion, today I'm going to be talking about the history and some unknown facts about Monsters, Inc. Without further ado, here we go. Monsters, Inc. was released on November 2nd, 2001 and is the fourth Pixar film. Pixar conceived the idea of the films Monsters, Inc., Finding Nemo, A Bug's Life, and Wall-E during one lunch meeting in 1994. They had the meeting at a restaurant called Hidden City Cafe. Hidden City was a working title for Monsters, Inc. The diner even makes a special appearance in the film. While at a pitch meeting with Disney, Joe Grant suggested the title Monsters, Inc. A legend at Disney, Grant, who passed away in 2005, worked on Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, Dumbo, Pinocchio, Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast, and The Lion King. The initial idea of Monsters, Inc. was for a grown man to be haunted by monsters he drew as a child. Writer-director Pete Docter conceived it as a 30-year-old getting haunted by the monsters he drew as a boy. However, when Pete Docter became a father, he quickly changed the tone of the film to show the struggling balance between fatherhood and a work life. The look of Monster City, Monstropolis, was another challenge for the Pixar artists. Early concept drawings suggested a more traditionally spooky landscape, reminiscent of Halloween Town from Nightmare Before Christmas. But scaring is a job rather than a way of life for the monsters at Monsters, Inc. So the creepy town was ditched in favor of an architecture inspired by the 1960s and earlier. About 3 minutes 26 seconds into the movie, when the simulation is ended and the monster reaches for a knob on the control panel to review the videotape, just below and to the left of the knob is a little indicator which reads 510 752 3000, which is Pixar's phone number. Also, the scoreboard at the scaring contest consists of names of Pixar staff members. Iconic Muppet performer Frank Oz came up with the name Mike Wazowski. This wasn't Frank Oz's only contribution to the film. He also voiced Randall's nervous assistant, Fungus. Bill Murray was the first choice to voice Sully. He reportedly tested for the role and was interested, but when the producers were unable to contact him after the test, they took that to mean no. I don't know about you lost folks, but I can't imagine anyone else but John Goodman playing the Blue Monster. John Goodman and Billy Crystal, who voiced Mike, recorded their lines together, a rarity in animation. This was the fourth movie that John Goodman and Steve Buscemi, who voiced Randall, co-starred together in. It was also the first film they co-starred together in that was not directed or produced by the Coen brothers. Boo's real name is Mary and is written in the crayon in the top corner of her Randall sketch. Boo is voiced by one of the story artist's daughters, Mary Gibbs. Mary was only a toddler when she was expected to say her lines. Because she was so young, she was unable to stand in a recording studio and act her lines like the other voice actors. So, instead, she was followed around with a microphone, and her lines were cut together from things that she said while she played. Boo was originally written to be a 6-year-old. She was rewritten to be a toddler because the writers felt it would make her more dependent on Sully. Like many films, Monsters, Inc. went through several drafts before the final story was worked out. In one early draft, the monsters who eventually became Sully was called Johnson. Johnson was the most pathetic scarer at Monsters, Inc., not even capable of terrifying a toddler. Johnson eventually teamed up with a little girl, several years older than Boo, who was a scaring expert thanks to constant pranks her 9-year-old brothers played on her. This was an idea that I think we are all glad that they dropped. In the original script, Sully was a janitor and not a scarer. Also, Mike's character did not exist. There are over 2.3 million individual strands of hairs on Sully. The exact number is 2,320,413 hairs. Because each individual strand of hair had to be animated, it took an average of 12 hours to render a single frame of Sully. There are about 5.7 million doors in the door vault. Alright, Lost Boys and Lost Girls, here's a quick challenge. Can you recognize this song?
Sitting sound along, and all in hears this song, they went lemon long.
Although some Disney theorists say that the song Boo is singing while in the restroom is Alan Menken's Beauty and the Beast, this is not the case. In her Reddit Ask Me Anything, Mary Gibbs recalled the process of putting the tune together. She noted, "They told me to sing and I started singing Wheel on the Bus, but they couldn't use any actual songs because of copyright issues, so they had me babble and sing random words for a few hours and took out the parts they liked the best." The scene where Sully thinks that Boo has been crushed in a trash compactor is a direct reference to Looney Tunes' short Feed the Kitty. Sully even mimics the exact same reactions, shot for shot, as Mark Anthony, the protagonist of Feed the Kitty. Roz was voiced by Bob Peterson, who also did the voice of Doug in Pixar's Up and the voice of Mr. Ray in Finding Nemo and Finding Dory. Bob Peterson also co-directed Pixar's Up. Billy Crystal was originally offered the role of Buzz Lightyear in Toy Story in 1995, and he declined, which he later regretted after seeing the film itself, as it would have been a great opportunity for him. They would later promise Crystal a future role in Pixar film that they would tailor to his talents. Crystal told them to do what's best for their movie and don't forget him when something good comes around. Later in the late 1990s, early 2000s, Crystal's wife received a phone call from John Lasseter, who told him that Mr. Lasseter would like to speak with him, allowing him to voice Mike in Monsters, Inc. in 2001. The short film Mike's New Car was originally supposed to be a scene in the film. This made the first Pixar short to have dialogue. Mike Wazowski has cameos in Finding Nemo, Cars, WALL-E, and Toy Story. Randy Newman, who also composed You've Got a Friend in Me, won his first Oscar for the film's closing song, If I Didn't Have You. He had previously been nominated 15 times in the Best Score and Best Song categories. As of today, he only has 3 Oscars. Pixar created a special trailer for Monsters, Inc. to show specifically for Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Mike and Sully are playing a game of charades, where Sully is making the gestures of a movie title. Mike doesn't get the movie reference until it's too late and the end credits cut Mike off. The trailer ends with a defeated Sully guessing correctly Mike's movie before he even makes a move. Harryhausen's, the restaurant Mike takes Celia on a date to, is named after Ray Harryhausen, the legendary special effects artist known for creating monsters for films like Clash of the Titans and Jason and the Argonauts. The design of the Yeti, a monster who was banished to the human world, is based on the abominable snow monster, also known as the Bumble, from the classic Rankin Bass animated special Rudolph and the Red-Nosed Reindeer. He is also voiced by John Ratzenberger, Pixar's Good Luck Charm, who has voiced a character in every one of their films. Monsters, Inc. was the last Pixar film to have a blooper reel during the end credits. That means that the only films to have a blooper reel were A Bug's Life, Toy Story, Monsters, Inc., and Toy Story 2. And there you have it, Lost folks. Hopefully you learned a thing or two through this ceremonious unwrapping of the history of Monsters, Inc. Which fact did you like about the Pixar film? Let me know in the comments section. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. To stay in the loop and be informed on all history and fun facts of Disney, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Until next time, keep on flying second star to the right and straight on till morning.